Hi, Steve here. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. So today is day 9 of the 29-day challenge, and it's called balancing 52.3 pounds of sugar. So David Nurse talks about a buddy of his that really loves to play golf, and he goes out on the weekends and plays golf with his friends, and they have wings afterwards and drinks and beers, and it's something that he really loves to do on the weekend. And so one weekend, his family's planning to go camping, and the same weekend, he has a tournament to play golf with his buddies. And he's torn because he doesn't know which one to do. And so to some of you, the answer might be obvious and clear. Go with his buddies, right? Yeah, right. Obviously choose his family, right? But he's torn and he's not sure what to do. So he tries to do both. He goes to the tournament while his family goes camping, and he thinks as soon as the tournament's over, he'll catch up with them at the campsite. But on the way over there, there's traffic, and by the time he gets there, they're already leaving. And so for like months, they're upset at him, and kind of like nobody talks about it. And so David Nurse talks to him and says, what's the most important thing in your life? And he says, my family, my wife and kids. He goes, well, then why didn't you put them first? And the guy says, well, 80-20. He tries to explain that, and he balance his family life and his own recreation. He needs to spend time with himself, and he tries to explain to David that he needs balance in his life. And he says, yeah, but why would you apply that 80-20 rule to your family? Like, your family you should be 100 with your family, 100%. Give them everything, all your time. Why would you put them? It just doesn't make sense. And so when I hear 80-20, I think something different, because in my world, 80-20 is the Pareto principle. And that's where you can look that up. But it's where you get 20% of your results from 80% of your effort. So if you have 100 plants, you'll get 80% of your crop from the top 20% of the plants. The other 80 plants aren't going to give you as much. And so that's just kind of a general rule of thumb. It's 80-20. And so he uses it as 80-20 in terms of 80% work hard, 20% break. And so he talks about cheat days, and where we cheat on our diet and we have cheat days. So David talks about his own cheat days, where he goes on and he'll have, whatever food he wants on the day off. But then for the next few days, his body's working real hard to catch up for those days that he cheated, for that day that he cheated, and it throws him all off. So it's like, what's the point of cheating? You're really just cheating your whole entire diet. Like, you're throwing everything off. So you shouldn't cheat. And he likes to feel good. So he realized that you don't cheat. There are no cheat days. And so you shouldn't cheat on your family. There are no cheat days. Put your family first. Today's blueprint action plan has a picture of 3 plates. And he says in the first dinner plate, you write down unhealthy things you binge on. In the second plate, write down things that you have done in the name of balance and moderation, what you do on your cheat days. Your third plate is something you like in your life that you want to be all in on. So the first plate is something that is unhealthy. So I wrote down chips, cookies, and ice cream. Those are my evils. I really enjoy those things at night. After lunch, after dinner, I have a sweet tooth. And I also sometimes will dwell on work issues and really overthink them. And then I'll end up sleeping on them and dreaming about them. And I really think that's unhealthy. The second plate are things that we do in the name of balance and moderation. So he says these could be like retail therapy or golf outings or overstuffed meals. So I I like retail therapy. I do like to buy stuff. And my cheat days are a hero sandwich, or like, some sort of roast beef, or maybe a chicken parm. But I like to have a nice heavy sandwich once in a while. And I also like to go to the spa. And I'm not sure if that's really an unhealthy reward, but I didn't write that down because I'm not sure how that fits. So he says, take a look at the first and second plate. The first plate is your unhealthy stuff. And the second plate is where you're trying to reward yourself, but it's more unhealthy stuff. So the third plate is the stuff that is healthy and the stuff that you should be all in on. So he suggests things like spending time with your kids, doing a project to benefit others, um, helping at your local animal shelter. So for me, my plate where I want to be all in on is being an author and writer, an author and speaker, because I do spend a lot of time with my kids. I work really hard and I spend a lot of time on my business. I have hobbies, I do other things, but this is the one thing that I really kind of keep dreaming about and never really getting to. And it's like everything else goes first, but I don't work on my dreams. And so that's where I would love to be all in. And that's part of this challenge. And this blueprint is supposed to help me really follow my dreams. And so that's where my focus should be. And I took the time each day, the last 9 days, to make sure to make these videos, to edit them, to upload them. And because it's all in an effort to follow my dreams. The last thing he says is to write balance is BS on a note card. And Grant Cardone, I read a few of his books, and I follow him. And I think I read 2 of his books. And he talks about being obsessed. There is no balance. If you want to achieve something, you go all in. You obsess over it. And I have an obsessive personality. And so it's not that hard to go all in. You just have to commit yourself. So find that thing that you really want to do and just commit to it and go all in, and you're going to find your true happiness.